I agree.
That was it.
Momentum is like a huge factor in productivity for me. Even if like, and I feel like it goes both ways in terms of like momentum to like keep you doing like good stuff throughout the day and stuff you're supposed to be doing, and stuff that like you make one bad decision, I feel like it's easier to make that next bad decision, and then it's easier to make the next one and the next one and the next one. So even something as simple as like waking up at the time I say I'm going to wake up, if I don't, I find it easier to then have bad food for breakfast, and then instead of going on to my computer and studying on the courses that I've bought, it's easier to go onto YouTube or Twitch and just watch bullshit YouTube videos, or not work out that day. And just like simple stuff like that, that just like, if you decide to do it, it could compound into a blossoming career in whatever you decide to do, or it could compound into you're in the same exact spot as you were a year ago and hating your life.
Yeah, and you brought up a perfect example. I noticed on the days that I was the least productive, it's days that I woke up late, and you know that voice inside your head is like, you woke up late. Like just take the day off. Like just enjoy today.
Like the day's already ruined. You might as well just
If I mean you're gonna work still. I mean, like how much hours is there left in the day to work? I mean, come on, that doesn't make any sense.
It's like, come on, fool.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
I mean, like, nah, you don't gotta do anything, bro. What are you gonna work for like 4 hours? And if you do anything after 4 hours, there people are gonna be like, why are you reaching out to me this fucking late?
And like, if you make that bad mistake and wake up late and you don't tell yourself, you know what, dead ass G, my bad pimp. All right, that was just BSing. Are you were saying? You were talking about no, you were talking about something, but I forgot.
I was saying, if I wake up late, your mind kind of justifies
slacking off for the rest of the day.
It justifies slacking off, and that's how you make worse decisions. Like you said, when you brought up, and it affects not only the task at hand, but the tasks after that. Like you brought up, eating, or like your diet, or like, I could eat this, whatever. Today's I woke up late. Today's gonna be a rest day.
I'll get back on track tomorrow.
Today's gonna be a high calorie day too. Today's gonna be a high carbs day too. Yeah, I'll do high carbs. I'll
just wake up tomorrow.
I just won't eat any protein today at all.
I'll just have straight fats.
Yeah, my body's probably tired of protein, and your mind will kind of justify these bad decisions with ease if you don't have any momentum. I think with momentum, it's a lot harder for that. And personally, I know when I have momentum, my mind is just like on a roll where I could not only make better decisions, but easily identify when my mind kind of has those thoughts of decisions that aren't great. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, oh, I see you. I see you. I see what you're trying to do. I see where you came from. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I get the fuck. I'm not, and I'm like, I'm trying to apologize to
absolutely nobody.
Absolutely nobody. And so I quickly diminish those thoughts as much as I can, so that I can continue with the task at hand, and also with the ideas in your head and the right foundation, so you could go ahead and be successful at your day.
Yeah, something that's like a big distraction, I guess you could say, for me, is video games, which I've been getting better at in the past like month or two. But like, since video gaming was such a big part of my life as a kid, and something that I devoted a lot of my time into before I was really thinking about like the future and what I could possibly do with my life, that trickled into my adulthood. So now, like, even though video game is a huge passion for me, I don't have any real dreams of wanting to be like a pro gamer or anything like that. So at this point, it's nothing but a distraction, but it's something that's just so easy to scroll over to this other screen and click on it and open it up.
Or like
and play.
that's what like YouTube is for me.
Yeah, YouTube's the same for me, because like I could be on YouTube watching informational videos, and I look over to the right and I see like all information videos, but one like entertaining one. Click that entertaining one. It's only 3 minutes. Wait, hold on. There's a part 2, but this one's like 7 minutes.
This was way more entertaining.
Oh, there's a 4-hour video of. Yeah, like
I don't watch fucking 4 hours, Luke.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Sounds like porn. Watching porn, Luke.
Yes,
that's cool.
So being able to tell myself to like even if I've had a good day throughout that whole time, like say that's like at 3 p.m. and I've been super productive the entire day, but I, for some reason, like get influenced by my friends or something. They're like, oh, come on, dude, just get on the game, bro. We need you. We're trying to play. We need another one, whatever. I get on it and I'm like, all right, if anything, I'll just play one game, take a little break, one game turns into two, and then those two games turns into getting off, and then going onto YouTube and being like, I just got done playing games. Like, I'm not in the mindset to learn right now. Let me cool off for a little bit by watching some bullshit that I shouldn't be watching. Yeah.
Exactly. And
I just
since
need
we're on
better
the topic of,
transitions. We need better transitions.
No, not at all. I mean, since we're on the topic, listen to this shit, bro. While we're on the topic of video games, let's talk about how to get rid of these distractions. How's that fucking transition, motherfucker?
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Shout out Power. Best show ever.
Shit's fucking amazing.
Shut up, Lucas. Bro, this guy does not watch anything.
Watch YouTube.
And Power could be a distraction too. I usually only watch something when I eat, so I could just eat right away. Because if I usually eat while I'm watching something educational, I'll like take notes and I'll take forever to eat. But I think Sam Ovens, my favorite is Sam Ovens has, if you guys don't know who Sam Ovens is, look him up. He's awesome. He has an ad. It's a dope ass ad. And he talks about productivity, and he says the number one thing that people try to do is like manage your time. No, stop trying to manage your time. Just subtract things that make you need to manage your time. So you don't need to manage your time watching YouTube or playing video games. Just subtract fucking video games. And so Sam Ovens has an ad, and it's my favorite ad. He has an Australian accent, I think. And he's like showing a bunch of things that are distracting. Like he shows Instagram. He's like, Instagram? You don't need it. Bye. And he throws it into the fire. He has like papers in a fire. He's like, YouTube? Come on. No YouTube. He throws it away.
No YouTube.
And then my favorite one. And then he's like, video games? What are you, 12? Throws it away. And then and I tried that, and it was. I froze for a second, and I wanted to pretend like we were frozen, but we didn't go with it. I think that's the number one way where you could see instantaneous results in your productivity, a boost in it. Just subtract things that distract you. And if you subtract enough things and your room is like minimalistic enough as far as having less distractions, then your mind is going to say, what are we gonna do? Oh, we have a to-do list. Yeah, let's do it. And then like we've been saying with that momentum, once you take the first step, things start clicking. And that's usually how it is for me. And I think the hardest part about that is, when you're that attached to your shit, it's hard. Like, I'm sure you've heard people say, like, you need to throw away your video games, and I'm sure you haven't done it yet for a reason. Didn't you sell like your PS4 a while ago?
Yeah, I sold it in 2017.
Yeah.
But now, since the computer is like something that I work on, but it's also something that could have games on it.
Yeah.
Makes it harder.
Well, you could just delete your games.
Do it right now.
For the podcast, we can do it right now.
Yeah.
Julian
Even though they can't even see it. Julian could hear us. He's like, no,
yeah,
please.
His gaming friend is on the other screen on his monitor right here, but
that was just from earlier though when I went to pick up the mic.
Yeah.
Dude, literally, if you see Valorant, if I deleted that, I'd be fine. That's the only game I ever play now.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know if I was into video games as much as you. The reason why I was so much into video games because it was my way of being social, even at home, because I lived in East LA.
That's exactly why I did it too.
And so whenever I played, it was usually only when my friends were online and we had a big group. We played zombies, we played Call of Duty, we played anything. And the only time other than that was when I had my PS4 and I was home and I got the game God of War. Honestly, I recommend anybody play God of War because that story. Why are you nodding your head? You didn't play God of War.
Yes, I did. I played at my friend's house down the street.
The new one.
Oh no, not the new one. Like
Yeah.
the older ones.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna get the new one, but
the recent one that just came out, God of War 4 that came out on PS4. That one just has like an amazing story. Like it was written like as if it was supposed to be a novel. So that's why I really enjoyed it. And then when I finished the story, I didn't really go back to it. Same thing with like the Batman games. Just because I enjoy great storytelling. That's why I like great movies and great shows like Power. But
what's Power?
Yeah, like Power.
What's that?
You guys, he hasn't seen Forrest Gump. All right, we'll move on.
I haven't.
You haven't?
I've seen like clips of it.
Jesus. And he has a Wall Street
Run,
poster right here. He
Forrest,
just
run.
saw Wolf of Wall Street like last week.
No. I've
Yes,
seen
he
it.
did. Don't lie to them.
That was my 37th time seeing it.
I think we're the worst people to talk about productivity. I'm just kidding. So that was my epiphany when I was working out a few days ago. I think I was thinking I'm a creature of habit, momentum. And then I realized I think most people could relate to this too, because, you know, people who tend to be not very productive are usually like, you know, they're not productive one day and then super productive the next day. And if they are, it happens very rarely because they don't make the habit out of that. So I was thinking maybe other people are creatures of momentum as well, in terms of, especially in terms of productivity. And now that I think about it, I think it's more of just habit.
Mm-hmm.
Creatures of habit,
Yeah.
right? And so
That's what I was literally, dude, that's crazy. I was literally, before we even knew we were going to be talking about productivity, the other day I was like in my bed kind of just thinking about the day, because yesterday I woke up early because I had work, but then I came home and like slept for like 4 or 5 hours, which I shouldn't have. But I was telling myself like, why is it so hard for me to wake up sometimes, like when I haven't like if I go 4 days waking up on time, but then I miss one day, why is it so hard for that fifth day to be like easy? Like, why is it so hard to wake up? And then I realized like, yeah, I've woke up 4 times in a row, but that's not enough days to actually like build
a
that
habit.
habit. And then I just started thinking of like habit building. I was like, all right, so like I gotta really start like building habits and finding ways to like just be consistent at whatever it is I'm doing. Like what I was gonna do, this isn't a good thing, this is a bad thing. Like I was gonna say, all right, on Monday through Friday I'll wake up at this time, but then on Saturday and Sunday I'll wake up at a different time because the market's not gonna be open and there's no point in being up that early. But if I only do it for like 5 days in a row, that's not gonna be, you can't build a habit, because then you have these 2 days of just lack of slack.
Okay, so let's talk about that. My waking up on the same time every day has been a goal of mine and a problem for, I think, years.
Same.
Thanks, bro. For me, it's been because my part-time is at night, and they switch up the times I go in a lot. So I can't control the time I go to bed
Mm-hmm.
at night. I can't be 10 p.m. every day, 'cause sometimes I get scheduled to like be at work till 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So I can't control the times I go to bed. So it's really hard for me to control the time I wake up. Yes, I could still get up at the same time, and you can say, "Oh, stop being a bitch." That's right. But I have been being a bitch, and especially especially since I work out a lot, I want my body to get that. Oh, I messed up my shoulder, guys. Sorry. I want my body to get that sleep, so that my body could heal. Because for those of you that work out, you know, sleep is a huge component of your body healing and your body becoming stronger.
Yep. I was thinking about that too. Like today I woke up later than I should have.
Yeah, that's not an excuse to get 20 hours of sleep, homie.
No, I woke up at 7 a.m. instead of I was gonna wake up at 5 like I normally do, or like I'm trying to normally do, but I woke up at 7 like 30 because I didn't go to sleep until midnight. And I was like, I just worked out like pretty hard today. We played basketball for like 3 fucking hours. I was jump roping for like an hour the day before, and then the day before that I did like an hour of jump rope and like calisthenics type stuff. So it's like my body needs like a good amount of rest. So instead of just taking the bullet and waking up at the time I should have, I was like, all right, I'll give myself that extra 2.5 hours and get 7.5 hours of sleep, and that should be good.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, the justification on that is right. But being honest with ourselves, what is our main goal here? Our main goal is to be successful in our industries, right?
Yep.
Our main goal is to leave an impact, be an entrepreneur, build these businesses. So in that case, everything else are just excuses.
Uh-huh.
Even though we're absolutely right in what we're saying, our body needs to sleep for the rest, blah, 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 blah. There's ways to work around that. For example, for me, I could just set up a time where I'm going to wake up no matter what. And even if I go to bed at a late time, I will still get decent sleep. So let's say I get home at like 12 p.m. and I could go to bed at like 1. I wake up 6 hours after that every single day, no matter what. And some days I'll go to bed a little earlier. Some days maybe even a little later. But I will be getting decent sleep and waking up at the same time. And so that's something that I do want to work on, and that, like I said, has been a goal. It's just that's probably been the hardest thing for me as far as like working from home, doing that. And not a lot of people talk about it, but I have heard Some people bring that up recently. So when I realized it wasn't just me with that problem, I did feel better about it. I mean, that's something that everybody goes through and everybody faces. So I think it's not talked about enough. So I am glad that we're talking about that. And I mean, our struggles with it, because it is a struggle. And I don't think just us go through that struggle.
There's no, like, there's probably, I feel like that's a very common struggle to have.
Yeah, especially working from home, right?
Yeah.
And working for yourself on top of that.
Yeah. You got, like, all this freedom to sleep whenever the fuck you want, basically. But if you choose to sleep whenever you want, and some days you're going to sleep at 3 a.m. and the other days you're going to sleep at 10.
Exactly.
Your habits and, like, you're not able to build any momentum off that.
Yeah. So let's talk about how to fix that. The days that I did wake up early, I was one of two things. One, both of them I was motivated. Both of them for different reasons. One, I was very mad. I was angry.
Yeah, what?
I'll explain. Two, I was just very inspired or excited. So one, I mean, I literally could be mad at something totally not related. And for those of you who have seen The Last Dance, not this guy, Michael Jordan takes like anything he can and turns it into
Takes it
motivation.
personal.
Yeah. So you did see that?
Yeah. And that made it personal.
This guy's literally in a restaurant, and the coach of one of the teams that he's about to play in the playoffs walks by him and doesn't say what's up or shake his hand.
And that made
Michael
it personal.
Michael Jordan says, "All right, now it's personal." And this fool goes out and just destroys them. And so I don't know if that has to do with, again, one of my things of I have a high ego. But if something kind of like rubs me the wrong way and I notice and it makes me mad, I will immediately relate that to, well, fuck this person. I'm going to make this happen and I'm going to make them mad. I'm like, honestly,
You don't want to sell me your house, bro?
At one point, not even like that. I understand that. I mean, like, things totally related. I've seen things totally unrelated. Like, I will just relate it, and I will keep that fire, and I will let it, like, push me through the day. The opposite of that, David Meltzer talks about this. Russ talks about this. David Meltzer says you should do something that pulls you. And Russ's version of saying that is saying you should be so obsessed with the results. We talked about this in the first episode. So obsessed with the results that you don't care about the hours in the gym. You don't care about any of that because you're just so hungry for the results. That's like that Mamba mentality. That's that whatever it takes mentality. Do whatever it takes. Marathon mentality, whatever you call it. And so for us, for you, it'd be making money off making the right trades, being educated enough to make the right trades, right?
Yep.
For me, it would be building the team to generate the leads in the right market, to close the right deals, building the right relationships, and to be so focused on that you literally are maybe even sometimes not present during the parts that, suck, because you're just so influenced by your inspiration to the point where you're almost delusional at the fact that you want that so much, you're willing to do whatever it takes no matter what anybody says. That's for me, I've realized those are the two times where I really was able to just like break any excuse. Like even if I went to bed like with only 3 hours of sleep and I did work out, like nothing was able to stop me from doing what I was supposed to do when I had those two things. And so I think moving forward would just be honing those and figuring out how to keep that in me for long enough. Because you really just need it for like that one split second that you make that decision to get up, and that's it.
Yep. I agree with you. I noticed that on days like that day or that stock SPI jumped a lot. The next day I slept for like maybe 2 hours because I was